yes, we are in. So, hola chicos, ¿cómo está? Me llamo Andy. Bienvenido to my blog. And that's about as much Spanish as I'll be speaking, but I'll get onto that a little bit later. But yeah, cool. This is gonna I'm gonna call this week 6. Gonna cover about 10 days actually, a couple of spots, all of which on the beautiful south coast of Oaxaca state. So end of the last blog, we just spent the week in Oaxaca City for Day of the Dead, which was obviously fantastic. So really what we wanted to do is just find our way to a beach for the first time in a month, apart from a day in Cuba. So we headed down on our first proper long coach journey, overnight coach journey, 11 hours, down to a town called Puerto Escondido, which is a sort of known for being a bit of a surf town, party town on the Mexican coast. We actually headed to a place called Punta Zicatela, which is right down the other end of the really big, long, gorgeous beach. And we chilled out there for 4 days, just literally sitting on the beach, swimming in the sea, not doing much else. I took a video actually to try and give that a bit of context, which I'll drop in right here. We've been in for 4 days, and this basically sums up what we've done every day, and it's an absolute touch. Oh, job is such a good one. Yeah, so that was basically us for 4 days, which is class. The only one stupid and annoying thing which I managed to do on arrival is I booked into a hostel, a 3-bed hostel, which looked really cool and really cheap and like literally walking distance to the beach. We got there, it wasn't 3-bed, it was a single bed and quite a small double bed. So Sam bit the bullet on that one and checked into a place next door, which had air conditioning and a double bed all to himself, so I don't think he was that good. But yeah, live and learn on those. So yeah, that was absolutely class. I mean, I could have actually stayed down there for weeks and weeks and weeks, but we made the decision to move along to a town called Mazunte, which is only about an hour down the coast, just east down the coast, which we'd heard was a really kind of cool little hippie town, also a beautiful beach, which is exactly what it is. Really kind of basic, no kind of street lights in the streets. It's kind of got a bit of a reputation, yeah, for being yeah, a bit sort of hippie, a bit hipster. It was very calm and chilled out, lovely, gorgeous beach. We found out that there was a language school, Spanish language school there, called the Instituto Iguana, which for those non-educated in Spanish is the Iguana Institute. And we booked ourselves into a 5-day course there, the 3 of us, so 2 hours a day, every day around lunchtime. Studying Spanish is really tricky. I took this video at the end of our first lesson, so bearing in mind that we've just had 2 full hours of Spanish, learning how to say some simple phrases and lots of vocabulary, and yeah, this is the level that the lads were at straight after lesson 1. Lads, we've just had our first Spanish lesson. ¿Qué tal? How was that for you?
Muy bueno.
What have we learnt?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Andy?
¿Cómo te llamo? Te amo. Fuck, it's not gone well.
Brilliant. So yeah, not off to an absolute flyer. I can't even understand what is your name. That didn't stop actually, Rich. A word that we learned a new word for beer in that first lesson, which was chilide, or chida, sorry, as opposed to cerveza, which we've been saying, and we were told that that's a different way to ask for beer, like a more colloquial Mexican way. Rich decided to put that into effect when we went to a restaurant later that evening and ordered completely the wrong thing. Ordered this like different way of having his beer served, which basically, instead of just getting your lager, you get it served in a glass with loads of ice, like absolute shitloads of lime juice, and then like loads of salt around the rim. And I've never seen someone more gutted when his beer arrived and he realised that he'd messed up how to order one beer. Sam actually took a snap of that, so assuming I can get that off him, this is the face of a very disappointed man. Yeah, nice. So yeah, all told, we did 5 days. we're really going to try and keep practicing as we kick along with that. Mazunte is really cool. I mean, there wasn't much in terms of sort of nightlife, but it was really beautiful. We walked along some more, some other beaches. I mean, one thing actually I didn't mention around being in Punta Cicatela is that the great thing about that beach is that it literally just faces off into the sunset every night. And I did actually take yet another video, which I'm going to cut in here. It was like this every day, and it was just, I mean, I'm just showing off at this point, but yeah, it was absolutely stunning, so you can check this out too. So I'm heading off. Rich heading out. Not a bad little evening. Yeah, so the final thing in which we were going to get up to in Mazunte on the night before we left was we'd seen these like paddleboard tours, because the way that Mazunte Beach is shaped, you don't quite get the sunset. You just kind of got this really cool cliff which we climbed up to for a great view. But we met this sort of old, well, that's a bit harsh, old, he's probably about 50, American guy who'd been coming to Mazunte for like 20 years. He sort of set up shop there as a paddleboard tour. So he basically just takes you out on these big paddle boards right out to sea. I don't know, I reckon we were about a kilometre out, maybe it was less than that, but so you can basically see the sunset and you're floating around. I've got a couple of photos of this which I'm going to drop in here, and hopefully I can get a video off Rich's camera, but either way it's probably not going to do it justice. It was just the most ridiculous sunset, just floating out there with these guys, just 5 of us floating out on these boards. Amazing. So yeah, check this out.
Okay, go.
That makes a big difference right now.
Yeah,
he got
yeah. Wait. Nope, just go. Just pop up. Oh, he's fucking up. Oh no.
And yeah, all told, absolutely amazing 10 days swimming in the sea every day, and really super hot. We then have just left. We did an overnight bus yesterday to where I am now, which is San Cristobal, which is like a much cooler sort of town in the mountains, kind of colonial place. I've got a reputation for being really cool, and it's living up to that so far, but I'll save that for next blog. And yeah, all told, it's been it was just a ridiculously good week and a half on the beach, and we'll be back at some beaches soon. Yeah, sorry if these are making you well, Gel. And I'm going to finish the finish this blog. To quote Conor McGregor, I would like to take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely nobody for for finishing this blog with this video, which has basically been life for the last couple of weeks. And so yeah, cheers for listening. Love you. Hit me up anytime you want, and yeah.